bored. Look me up, cause I'm such a junkie. Every day all I want is more. So entertain me right now. So entertain me right now.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. This is going to be an exciting episode for the Pop Culture Junkies. Starting things off, I am Shauna, and I am joined by my usual junkie,
Nicole.
And it is my honor and pleasure to introduce all of you to our newest junkie, Olivia Rodi.
We're excited to have you.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. And forevermore.
Right, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Shauna knows I'm quite hard to get rid of. You know, I'm just latching on after all these years.
God, I've been trying to. It's like a rash. I'm just kidding. You're a lovely rash.
Yeah. A welcomed rash. I don't know if there is a welcomed rash, but we'll take that as my intro. You know, Shauna would describe me as a welcomed rash amongst pop culture, you know, really here to give you all the seedy conspiracy, all the blind items and the things they don't want to print. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here. You know, Shauna and I are both big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans,
yes.
You know, watch anything True Blood and, you know, slowly but surely I have convinced her to become a Swiftie, but she won't tell you that.
I'm not sure if I'm going to take the title of Swiftie on yet. I'm like Swiftie Light. I'm like the Diet Coke of Swiftie. Like
You're engaging with
there.
the idea of it.
I am flirting with being a Swiftie, and then I'm going to convince you to be a little monster and get you on that Gaga train.
I think you could do that. I like enough, you know, drag shows. We love a performance in this household. So, you know, ultimate performer.
We love the gays here at Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
Absolutely.
So I know a lot about you because we are best friends. But that's easy. But to everybody else listening, and Nicole, what else are you into? What kind of shows do you like to watch besides Buffy and Taylor's? Who else do you listen to?
Yeah, so, you know, I would say quite a hodgepodge of different things. You know, when I was younger, I was really quite a Josie and the Pussycats girl. If you know, you know. That album is absolutely iconic. Most people, I think, would describe me as a horror movie obsessed, true crime lover, and then really just like quirky conspiracy theory girl here. You know, none of the harmful stuff. We don't need to go down a rabbit hole of QAnon, but like the fun ones, like Avril Lavigne is a clone, or those really silly ones where you can have fun and get lost in it. But overall, I would say anything witchy, anything spooky, and anything just gossip related. Because, you know, a girl loves to gossip.
Yes. Nicole is our true crime junkie here too. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I could talk forever about him.
You're probably better than I am at it. I'm not like an expert, but I enjoy it.
I just am like so chronically online, and I work from home. And so because of that, it's truly like I just cannot not listen to like YouTube things and things like that.
We had a whole episode years ago too dedicated to like conspiracy theories. And one of them was the Avril Lavigne has been replaced one. And then we had, you know, that Tupac is alive on an island. Oh gosh, do you remember any of the other ones we had, Nicole?
Yeah, mine was Michael Jackson still alive.
Yes.
There's always like an Elvis is still alive, like Princess Diana is still alive.
Yeah. I liked the Katy Perry and Jon-Benet Ramsey are the same person.
That's interesting.
That one is actually really crazy. Whenever you get into it, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. You go into it being like, this is bullshit. And then by the end, you're like, wait a minute.
Like, huh? No, I mean, she did hate her parents. Maybe, like, you never know. That's pretty crazy. What's another one?
Britney Spears is dead. For sure.
Shauna's a big believer in that. I got Shauna down this rabbit hole, and then I just was like, I can't do it anymore.
No, I think she's dead.
I am deep in Britney TikTok for sure.
I just saw this one. I'm sure you've seen it too. It's like where she's like moving her hands in front of her face, and you could see her face completely change. And they're like, yeah, there's an AI filter on her. Like it's a green screen behind her. Like the yellow flowers in the background completely move out of the frame, and the picture doesn't even move at all. It's like, okay, I believe she's dead. I do.
The follow-up to that is someone superimposed Jamie Lynn on the part where like the eyes change, and it looks exactly freaking like her. Shauna, I sent it to you. I don't think you acknowledged it. Okay.
I sent a shocked emoji like,
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was deep. It like brought me back in. But, you know, one of the things I also love is really like tarot as well, and like anything witchy. And so there's this celebrity pop culture reader. His name's Aphrodite, and he does all these readings that end up coming true. And he is like a giant Britney fan. And so he did one, and basically he was like, it's more so that she's like trying to like ruin her image so people can't like make money off of her. That was like his reading of it. But I thought that was really interesting.
Ooh. You know what? I can totally see that, because I'm not convinced that she's dead. Like, I think it is her dancing in the videos, but I think that they were all shot probably at the same time and a long time ago, because she'll post like the same video over and over again in like the same outfit doing, I don't know, it's weird. And then she'll post them like weeks later. So I don't think she's dead, but I think that she's purposefully kind of posting weird shit. I don't know. She doesn't want anyone to have control over it. And so she's like, fine, I'll just post things that people think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for. And
one of the crazy things that I didn't really realize this at the time. So like when Free Britney first started, the initial beginning of it is she was like twirling and something like that, and she has a hat. And whenever she like goes to put the hat on her head, there's like a tiny, tiny little help me on the hat. And so that was, people saw that like years and years and years ago. And then it started the actual Free Britney movement. So it is kind of like, oh my gosh, she's like actually sending us messages through these things, right? And so when you think about that and really look at it, it's like, okay, well, she knows that she can send signals this way.
And that her fans are going to watch and pick it apart. Yeah.
Yeah. But and I mean, if you get drugged on lithium for more than like 6 months, sans 13 years, you know, your brain's going to be messed up, right? Like your brain isn't the same. They've just ruined it, you know? So she's got that going on, and trauma. And then it's also like, is there like this secret message she's sending as well?
God, the three of us need to like get together and find Britney and solve this mystery, you guys. We're going to be like the Pop Culture Junkie mystery machine.
Yeah, I love that. One really popular one as well that a lot of people aren't as aware of is the Free Bam movement as well. So you've probably seen a lot of like news stories of like Bam losing his mind on his family members, and he's broken out of rehab. Bam Margera, from Jackass. And so he's had a lot of the same like early Britney treatment where it's like, he's crazy, he's like all this stuff, but it's come out that his family has been abusing his conservatorship as well.
Oh. How did he get into the conservatorship in the first place?
Yeah, so when Ryan Dunn from Jackass died, Bam went into like a deep alcoholism. So like he did need treatment, right? Yeah. And so they put him into treatment, and then, you know, over time they put him into a conservatorship, and they just kept putting him in. They made him spend like $600,000 on rehab in the last 18 months.
Of his own money?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'll have to do like a deep dive one day of like the whole thing, but there is a lot of this like TMZ calling these people crazy when like it's who's puppeteering that message for them ultimately.
Absolutely. Yeah, that pisses me off so much when we just kind of have this so-and-so's crazy, Amanda Bynes is crazy. I'm like, she obviously needs help, you guys. Like, just calling her out for the goofy shit that she's doing. And like, you know, I'm not going to put myself on a pedestal when I see she's wandering the streets naked. I'll read those articles too, like, what is going on? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, it's like Aaron Carter, he obviously needed a lot of help, but all we did was just kind of pick him apart about, you know.
Oh my gosh. Did you watch that new documentary on Hulu about him?
No, I didn't
Not
know
yet.
It was actually done in pretty well taste, I think. But yeah, it was just really sad. They gave him his flowers, quite a bit of like, you were able to like pave the way for like a Justin Bieber and all this stuff. But they did talk about the House of Carters episode where like him and Nick got super physical, and just kind of like the improper home life that he really had and how he didn't stand a chance. But
Man, I'm going to have to add that to my watch list.
it was good. It was good.
So what else have you guys been watching this week? Nicole, have you been binging anything new, or what's taken up your time this week?
Gosh, I feel like I have not been watching very much. I've just been watching sports. It's playoff season for hockey and basketball.
Yes, go Suns!
Yeah, but I have been keeping up weekly with The Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's like the one show that I will watch. It's kind of crazy. A lot has been happening. I don't even know where to start. Teresa, if you know, you know. She is a different kind of crazy than what we were just talking about. She just is manipulative and tries to make everyone else look bad when she's the one in the wrong. But nothing's going to change. She's been on the show for literally the beginning, and she's been the same ever since. But
Do you think her sister is actually going to end up leaving? Because there's rumors that they're saying that they don't think they can film anymore.
Melissa?
After the reunion. I guess there was
I could see them not coming back. I could see that either like Bravo not. I mean, as much as Teresa makes the show, I could see them like not giving her a contract, or I could see Melissa leaving. I could see one of them definitely not coming back. But
Did they get into like a fist fight at the reunion or something?
I don't know. We don't know yet. The reunion hasn't come out yet, but they said it's like
aired yet?
no. But they said this is like the worst reunion that's ever happened.
Or
So-
the
And
best.
that
Yeah,
woman
exactly.
has flipped tables. So if it's the worst she's ever been, like,
Literally.
she's insane. She's insane.
Who amongst us hasn't flipped? Jesus flipped tables. It's cool. It happened.
Jesus, I think Jesus was building the tables, but
No, look it up in the Bible, Olivia. Jesus flipped his table.
it's the yesified version of Jesus who stayed flipping.
So basically, Jesus would have fit in with the Real Housewives. Got it. Perfect.
Every time I think of Teresa, I just think of that South Park episode where she's like, "You math garbage." That one's so good. Shauna, you've probably seen that one, even though you're not a Real Housewives fan.
I'm so behind on South Park. My
It's
husband hates
old.
South Park. I know. Like, I feel like I haven't watched a new episode since college. Like, me and Jessica used to binge it in college. And then
What is wrong
Andrew's
with
like,
you?
I don't like that lowbrow humor. That's a terrible Andrew.
What is he like?
Pokemon. Him and I watch all of the same shows. We do. Except for one
That was
I'm
a trap.
That was a trap. I'm not falling for this.
I knew
watch all the
it. I
same
knew what he
shows.
liked.
Just Pokemon. That is it. One track interest. Oh, and Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z.
You know, it's a little too in the gutter for him. He likes his other cartoons.
I've been watching a lot lately. Let's see here. Okay, so one show that I have been binging, because we do watch a lot of the same shows, so sometimes when he's not home, I'm like, I need like a Shauna show. So I started Love and Death with Elizabeth Olsen.
Is it
Mostly
good?
because I'm a huge Kristen Ritter fan. She's probably one of my favorite actresses. She's got a small part in it. But it is based on a true story of this woman named Candy. It's in Texas, and she is a church-going lady, and she sings in the choir, and one of her good friends is married to this guy, Alan. Candy approaches Alan and just goes, I find you very attractive. Would you like to have an affair?
Have you seen the other ones? There's for some
No.
reason they've made like three of the in the same year of the same story.
Yeah, with Jessica Biel, and that one's just called Candy. I haven't watched that one. it's a true story, so I mean, I guess kind of spoilers, but literally this is based on a true story. Candy ends up, oh God, I guess, okay, spoiler alert if you don't want to know what happens in this actual crime that happened like 30 years ago.
You sound like my dad.
We do that so much on this show. We'll be halfway through like spoiling something, and then we'll be like, oh wait, actually, by the way, spoiler alert. Candy kills Alan's wife with an axe. She hacks this bitch up.
Lizzie Borden.
Yeah, she hacks her, but it's self-defense, maybe. But yeah, I would definitely pop Love and Death. Every episode is very well acted. The set pieces are really cool. It's set in the 70s. The costumes are amazing. Elizabeth Olsen is just a powerhouse. But yeah, the whole cast is really great. I've also been watching Barry week to week. That's one of those shows where we always enjoy it, but it never really blows my mind. I'm never like, oh my God, I can't wait for the next episode of Barry. We're always sitting down and we're like, oh yeah, Barry's new. Let's watch it. It's the last season. Bill Hader is great as usual. They're trying to, I don't know how they're going to wrap this shit up because Barry's either going to go back to jail or he has to die. I don't know how they're going to do this. But I'm going to pop that. And then the last show that I want to mention, gosh, I'm sorry, I've been watching so much TV. I should be on a podcast where I could talk about this shit.
Wow. Every time I think about Bill Hader now, I think of Rachel Bilson saying she never had an orgasm till she was with him. And now I'm like, Bill Hader's just gotta dick you down, you know?
Dude, I feel like Bill Hader has big dick energy for sure. I could see that man having a trouser snake.
Oh, I mean, Rachel Bilson just confirmed it. Yeah. We want to, he's funny and he has a big dick. We'll take it, you know?
We are going to take it. We stand.
And he's like medium ugly where like you're not like he's not great, but like he's not ugly. So.
There's some sketches in SNL where I'm like, ooh, Bill Hader can get it. And then I watch Barry and I'm like, oh, I mean, he can still get it, but like, I'm not going to show my friends his picture afterwards and be like, look who I slept with last night.
You're not bragging on that?
I'm not going to brag on it.
Only if he consented.
If he consented to me showing my friends a picture of his big trouser snake, then yes, I would show it to you guys.
Honestly, Haley leaves and this turns to like a Read It X podcast.
I know. The minute Haley leaves,
we're crazy.
Trouser snakes. You know what? No. When Haley was on the show, I literally said, which Muppet's face do you want to sit on? So
that's the craziest
what was the one
got.
that you said?
Gonzo.
Gonzo,
He's got
yes.
the nose with the curve.
Yes, we're rehashing that one. Yes, I love it. So who's better looking, Pete Davidson or Bill Hader?
Oh, Pete Davidson for sure. Absolutely.
Really?
I think Pete Davidson is so hot. We have an episode about that too.
I mean, I think Pete Davidson looks hot because he looks like he'll ruin my life. Like, maybe that's why I just want a little chaotic energy. But like,
oh, yeah.
Bill Hader looks like he'd like wrap you in a hug, you know? Just like
that's true.
And he'd make you laugh.
Bill Hader would make love to you, while Pete Davidson would just dick you down.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nicole?
Neither are attractive.
She's just shaking her head.
Who is Nicole?
Just,
who is your like ideal like celebrity like hall pass person where you're like, if I ever, it's on site?
Chris Maloney for sure. But if we're gonna go like our age,
a type's a type. You can have whatever type.
I know. Our age, I don't even know, honestly.
Okay.
We're going to come back to you at the end of the episode, and we're going to see who your on-site is.
Please do. I'll start researching, because I know there's someone I just can't think of who, you know?
Okay, wait. One more show. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's so good. If you guys haven't been watching it, this show is just a delight. Every episode. It's also the last season, and they're doing a lot of flash forwards to like the 80s and 90s. The show's set in the 60s. I think I've talked about it on this podcast before, but please watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel if you just want to smile and laugh and watch some gorgeous 60s fashion. There you go.
I will say you also sound like my dad there for that one because he freaking loves that show.
It's so good. Every episode is just a delight. It's a pure delight.
Yeah.
All right, Olivia, what have you been watching?
So I just had my 30th birthday. So
Happy
on
birthday.
Sunday, thank you.
God, I'm the oldest junkie now.
34 and dressed like a whore, and we love it, you know?
That was the theme of my 34th birthday, it's true.
Yes. I didn't come up with that. Sean is much more creative than I am. So in my squalor on Sunday, when I was picking myself up off the floor from a whole bottle of tequila, I watched Kung Pao Enter the Fist, which, like, if you know me, you know that movie is, like, deeply embedded in my soul. Like, I will just find myself going, like, to myself. And so that's something about me. But it was amazing. I literally sat there with a giant chocolate cake, didn't cut it, and just ate it with a spoon. It was a beautiful spiritual experience. Yes.
Feral girl energy.
And then after that, I binge watched all of Queen Charlotte by Bridgerton. Or the Bridgerton story, whatever they're calling it. And I liked it. It was really, really good. They addressed, like, all of the criticism of, like, why are you not acknowledging race in a world where there's, like, black people in Regency times and, like, a black queen, right? And so they addressed that, as well as they never had a gay story in it. And so they had both of those in this, and I really, really liked that.
Is it like a mini series?
Yes. So it's 6 episodes. So if you saw Bridgerton, basically it's about the queen in the story. So Queen Charlotte is her name, and it's the story of how her and the king fell in love. The main guy in it, super hot, looks like Dave Franco, but an English version. So yeah.
There's a good one for you, Nicole.
Yeah, he's
right.
not a Franco, so we can, like, you know, like that. We can buy that.
Dave is a cool Franco.
Yeah,
So
but
far.
I feel like if your brother is James Franco, like, there's some residual, like, rot coming to you, you know? Maybe that's a mean judgment, but I got my ears perked for him. But he was really good, and, like, they genuinely had chemistry. I feel like if you watch the first Bridgerton, which I went back and did that after I finished it because I was like, I want more. And the original couple in Bridgerton has, like, no chemistry. And so this one was much better.
Oh, but it's that super hot guy, Renee something.
Yeah, I think we were all just, like, so secluded and, like, horned up, for a better word, during COVID, where we were like, this is great. This is amazing. This show is everything. And if you rewatch it, it's like, this wasn't that good. But Queen Charlotte was really good, and I really liked it. And the people had good chemistry, and then they upped the costumes. Like, another big criticism of Bridgerton is, like, they're not accurate to, like, the time that they're trying to be in. And a lot of the costumes this time around were actually good and fit for, like, queens and things like that.
Nice. You know, I never watched it. The only reason I would have is just because of the hotness and the sex scenes. But maybe I'll just skip right over to this one. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked it.
Or maybe I'll just watch a compilation of the sex scenes on YouTube.
Also good. They're going the HBO route where they're, like, really showing the men's butts. It's like women's bodies out, men's butts in.
I love
I can get behind that.
butt cheeks. Dude, when Lucifer went to Netflix and they showed his butt cheeks in that episode, I was like, Lord have mercy. Devil have mercy.
Give me those devil butts.
We had a whole episode about that too. Oh my God. This is
You're
just
like,
a throwback
give me that
episode
devil
too.
donk.
I think we had a title of an episode that was just like, you sexy devil or sleeping with the devil. I don't remember. We're horny here at Pop Culture Junkie podcast too.
Nah, apparently.
Sorry about it. Sexy British Devil Man. That was the name of the episode. Go back and listen to it. So, we are huge fans of television, clearly. But would television exist if no one was there to write it, enter the writer's strike that is going down right now and that a lot of people think is going to last. I'm reading up to months at a time. I think the last time that it went on, it lasted a really long time. It was like months on end, and a lot of TV shows were impacted. So interested to hear some hot takes on the writer's strike right now.
Yeah, so November to February.
Yeah, dude, that was a long time. They're saying that a lot of TV shows are being impacted already. SNL has already canceled its last 3 episodes, which I was looking forward to because Pete Davidson was going to be there.
Your daddy. There you go. You love him. You needed him. You needed him in your life.
I needed him.
Yeah, it's most significantly impacted up front. It seems like it's all the late night shows, but really kind of down the line, it's going to impact some of our favorites. We got Yellow Jackets, House of Dragon, which, no, I need that. I need that back in my life.
I know. I'm obsessed with Yellow Jackets. I do support the strike, though. Like, the selfish part of me is like, oh my God, no, come on, I need my entertainment. Entertain me right now.
This was the only thing keeping me on. Holding on by a thread over here.
Listen, there's not much going for us.
I had to pick myself up off the floor. Yes, I mean, without even having to say it, like, unions, we need them. People deserve to get paid. And, you know, a robot could never replace what these writers do.
Yeah, so I was reading more about that, too, that a lot of writers kind of are feeling this looming threat that, you know, the rise of AI and ChatGPT, that AI could essentially write TV scripts. And, you know, some of them are more advanced than others. We played with it once before, and it produced some interesting results. But as time goes on and this stuff gets more advanced, they could essentially write an entire script for sure. I don't know how good or nuanced it would be. CW level.
Yeah. No, I mean, Netflix already may be, you know, writing some, because some of them lately, you don't know what they're doing over there. But one of my favorite signs that I've seen so far is ChatGPT doesn't have childhood trauma. And so, you know, it's pretty funny.
That is good.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, right? Like, you look at criticism of Hollywood right now, and they're always making the same thing over and over. They're just like really formulaic with their writing, because as an executive, they're like, okay, well, we want to make something that we know is going to make money and is proven to work, which, you know, that isn't like a creative mindset at all. And we have so many talented writers where, you know, I think eventually, like, it'll become so formulaic, especially if they add in this AI writing, that people aren't going to be interested. Like, we're going to have so much streaming content, more so than we do now, that is just below even some of the stuff we see today, which I think quality of TV shows has really gone down.
So why did this strike start in the first place? What was kind of the instigating factor here?
So the Writers Guild wanted to increase their pay for their members. I believe the pay was around $429 million a year, according to the WGA. And the counter AMPTP would run about $86 million per year. So the number of writers working at the minimum pay has risen from a third to about a half. So that's quite a bit of people. And percentage-wise, it's 33% to 50%. So, I mean, that's a lot. And then writers for comedy variety shows and for streaming services, they have no pay protection and tend to get less pay than their counterparts in broadcast, which is pretty crazy to think about.
I guess that's why a lot of these shows are being impacted, like the late night shows, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way, but exactly.
A lot of the writers previously, to make their living, they had to be making these residuals from their shows, right? But with streaming, the residuals don't really like work in that way. So like residuals as a whole, as an industry, has risen. But when it comes to like individual shows, it's dropped significantly. So because of that, like people are making less and less money. They're paying writers less and less. And, it's just dark days in the creator world.
Oh gosh. And there are so many different streaming services that I'm sure it's hard to know going into it which ones are going to be profitable or not. Like, what was that one that lasted like really quick? Quibi. Oh my God. Do you remember? Only on Quibi. And then that just ate shit immediately. But yeah, only Netflix is really turning a profit right now. So I think going into these streaming services as they're being launched, it's kind of hard to tell which ones are going to be profitable, which ones aren't, and how much they can afford to pay the writers. I can't even imagine all those Quibi shows that are just lying on the floor of some cutting room right now.
Yeah, Quibi feels like a way too high of a production value TikTok, or like more Snapchat. Like, the Snapchat feature page? Mm-hmm. That's like what Quibi just feels like, which is...
Yeah, I could see that.
I'll try to make TikToks and then I'll post them. I'll be like, that was really cute. And then I'll look at other people's TikToks and I'm like, why the fuck do I even try? Like, they have like special effects in their TikToks and I'm in here like a selfie of myself.
I know. Too, during this whole thing, Drew Barrymore was supposed to host the MTV Movie and TV Awards. And 3 days before the award show was supposed to happen, she came out and said that she was dropping out as the host because she's in support of this strike. And so I did tune in because I wanted to kind of see how they were going to go about it if they got a new host, because I didn't see them announce anything about getting a new host or something like that. It was extremely weird. I did not like the format at all. Nobody was there. It was not live. I mean, it was, but it wasn't, there was no audience, I should say. Everyone was at home and the winner already had the award. So I turned it on when Jennifer Coolidge won. And she was in her apartment holding the award already. And I was like, okay, maybe she was just sick or something. Couldn't make it, filming something. I don't know, White Lotus, who knows. And it was just really weird. They kept showing throwback images and footage of previous award shows.
Why would anyone want to watch that?
I
feel like
know.
MTV did that over COVID too.
Yeah.
And Gaga and Ariana performed. And I mean, I loved that whole show because it was basically like a Lady Gaga Chromatica commercial. She won 4 awards. She had all these different outfits, but everyone was wearing masks and everyone else was screaming. And the pandemic Golden Globes did that too, where it was just everybody's at home.
Super weird.
This is the stuff we get when people don't get paid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we love Drew Barrymore. She's for the people.
Yeah.
She's an icon.
Oh my God.
Pisces queen.
She seems so pure. Oh my God.
She does.
She is so pure.
The rain.
Did you guys see her interview with Brooke Shields?
No.
Oh my God, you need to watch it. Also, back to TV we're watching. If you haven't watched the Crybaby documentary, or Pretty Baby, Crybaby.
I've been meaning
Pretty Baby
to watch that. It's on my list.
It is so good. It is so disturbing what we were doing to this little girl.
Dude, she was 11 or 12 and doing sex scenes, right?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I'm like, no wonder we're so messed up. Everyone's like, why are kids having sex so young? And it's like, you were putting this stuff on the TV in the 80s. What are you talking about? But no, it's really, really crazy. Because she also put out a book as well. I think personally, as an objective person, I think she gives her mother a lot of grace that I probably would not extend to her, but she is her mother.
Gosh.
So
those showbiz moms, man.
Yeah, in both the book and in the documentary, she has a really hard time condemning her mother's actions. But what was really interesting in the Drew Barrymore interview is she really kind of changes that stance and really does speak out about it. Because Drew Barrymore and Brooke Shields have such a similar life story where they were the young Lolita who was getting taken to these clubs at 7 years old.
I read Drew Barrymore's book. I think it's called Little Girl Lost. And she was taken to Studio 54. Is that what it was called?
She was doing cocaine at 9 years old.
That's insane. Oh my God. The way that she turned out to be is lovely and supportive as she is now.
Have you ever seen any of the pictures of her in the club? It's freaking nuts. Yeah. You're like, you look like she looks like she's straight out of E.T. Like, if I was fucked up in a club and I just saw a little child there, I'd be like, what is happening? Literally, I would freak out.
9-year-old doing coke.
Yeah. Or I'd be like, wait. Like, I need to go home. I'm seeing E.T. right now. And it's like, no, that's just actually Drew Barrymore over there.
Did someone bring their child? No, it's like when we were at the pool party for your birthday and somebody had 2 kids in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing? Children here.
Yeah, like, don't bring your children to the casino pool with a DJ. Like,
yeah, there's a DJ here.
Yeah, pick a different. There's a million resorts.
So we love the gays. Olivia is a welcome rash. We love Drew Barrymore. Bill Hader has big dick energy. Don't give your 9-year-old cocaine, and we support the writer's strike. Did I forget anything?
Yeah, and watch Pretty Baby because it's a good story.
And Jesus would be welcome on The Real Housewives of New Jersey because he flipped
Jesus tables. Be flipping tables. Yesified Jesus.
And he drank wine.
And he drank wine. Dude, he showed up to the reunion and he'd be like, that water bottle? Wine. Please don't stop listening to us. I love you all so much. So, Olivia, what did you think about your first episode of Pop Culture Junkie podcast?
Well, I'm glad you guys didn't bite. Hopefully you let me come back next week. But
I do that when I'm in person.
That's true. You haven't recorded in person with Nicole yet.
Don't tell me with a good time. I mean, just get. I'm gonna be the pervy. I'm gonna be the pervy host. That's gonna be the problem.
That role has already been taken.
No. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll have to next time school you on the free BAM movement so you guys can join in giving him his freedom just like we did for Brittany.
Absolutely. Let's do it. I want to hear all about that. In the meantime, where can the people find you? This is the part where we give our social media links. So I'll let you go first, Liv.
You can find me at Livy Maries on Instagram, Livi Marie with a Z at the end.
And Nicole?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge and on Twitter, NAEldridge14.
And you can find me, Shauna Trinidad, on Instagram and TikTok at Shauna Trinidad, ShaunaTrinidad. After you follow all of us, be sure to go to our website, popculturejunkie.com, to find out how to download and subscribe to the show. Give us that dopamine hit we need by giving us a great review, pretty please. Our website also has all the links you need to find the podcast on social media, and you can support our little show on Patreon and get access to exclusive weekly content. So, as always, thank you for listening, and make sure you come back next time for another hit of pop culture.
Pop Culture Junkie is part of the Pop Culture Entertainment Network.
So entertain